These are stressful times, and chances are you're taking care of a lot of different things. Your family, your work, your education, your health. But the reality is we have to make time to take care of ourselves. We can't pour from an empty cup, so if we're not taking time to rest and recharge and fill our cup, then we're not going to be able to do a very good job at taking care of all the other responsibilities on our plate. So what is self-care? Self-care is taking any action to improve our own mental or physical health. It's going to look a little different for everyone because we all have unique needs and coping strategies to help us process the stress and the challenges of our daily lives. However, there are three main things that we should all strive to do to take good care of our minds and bodies. The first one is getting enough sleep at night. Adults should be getting 7 to 9 hours on average for optimal mental functioning. The other one is to make sure that we're eating a healthy diet and getting a good variety of nutrients. And last, the third one is we want to make sure we're getting active, that we're exercising, that we're getting up and moving. We know that that's good for our physical bodies, but it's also really good for our mental health because it releases feel-good chemicals in the brain. It can also be really helpful to make time for things we enjoy, those things that bring us happiness or help us relax and unwind at the end of a hard day. Common examples can include working in a garden, spending time outside, maybe spending time with a pet or a loved one, reading a book, going fishing. The list is endless, but it's important to find something that brings you happiness and to make time for that hobby or activity in your life. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's also really important to talk to someone about how you're feeling. Talking about your feelings is never a sign of personal weakness, but it's a really important and necessary way to keep those negative emotions from taking over and becoming worse. So sometimes it can really help to talk to someone and to get that out in the open. It can be a friend, a family member, a pastor, a teacher, someone that you trust and feel safe with. And it's also okay to reach out to a healthcare professional. If you need to speak to a qualified mental health professional right away, call the High Plains Mental Health Center Crisis Hotline, 1-800-432-0333. It's also important to avoid negative coping strategies when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. That can include alcohol, drugs, compulsive behaviors, or even too much caffeine. As much as possible, try to stay on a regular schedule that allows time for healthy habits and routines. Ultimately, we can't take care of others well if we're not taking care of ourselves first. So as your calendar starts filling up with activities and obligations, make sure you're penciling in a little bit of time for yourself. You're worth it.